ever wanted a delicious way to prepare your pork hock? Well, I'll show you one that includes coconut, breadfruit, and Jamaica's favorite spices. And stick around to the end to see an extra ingredient that I'll add to really make this plate enjoyable. But before we begin, remember to subscribe if you want more recipes and like the video. It helps a lot. Welcome back to my channel, JT Infinite Flavors. Today we're going to be making curry coconut pork hock, and we're going to be making that with breadfruit. See, this is called breadfruit and this is coconut. So we'll just break this coconut and take out the inside. This is all-purpose Maggi season. If you notice, all those garlic, Scotch bonnet, onions, similar stuff to what I have here. Red onions, garlic, Scotch bonnet, that's the bad guy. Hot stuff we're talking about and full of flavor. Scotch bonnet pepper. Then we got a tomato, yellow pepper, red pepper, green onion, thyme. Then we're going into better pack curry. Yes man, Jamaica better pack curry. Full of flavor. I really love this curry because the flavor is so good. Very nice flavor. Love it. A little bit of butter. And as usual, my Celtic salt. And here goes again my coconut oil. I will show you guys how to make coconut oil one of these days from scratch. Anyhow, this is the coconut oil that we're going to be making, and these are all the ingredients that we're going to be using. So guys, here we go with our nice juicy looking breadfruit. This little section here, we're just going to try to snap it out with a knife because we're going to be putting it in the oven. So let's try to get this out. Okay, and towards the bottom we're gonna okay, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little butter. Okay, you can also use oil, whichever choice, it's up to you. Coconut oil or whatever oil you choose to use, you can just base it with your oil or your butter. Okay, and we're going to be slipping this into the oven until it bakes nice and full. Okay, now my Dutch pot, this pot here, this is my best friend, everything. So what I'll do, this way, slip it into your pot, or if you just want to put it on the grill, you can just do that also. But because of so much butter I put on top, then I slip it into my Dutch pot. And I'm gonna apply a little more butter and slip it into the oven until it's nicely baked on 350 degrees. My coconuts here, I started breaking my coconut. I'm a real country girl, okay? So see the way I'm breaking my coconut? With my chopper. Okay, look at this guys, there we go. It's not as difficult as how it seems. Look at how easy that is. So we're going to take the husk off. See, that's the shell from the coconut, and this part of the coconut we're going to be putting in the blender to blend so we can get the juice from that. Or we'll even use a grater to grate your coconut. That's what I'm used to growing up. We use the grater to grate our coconut, but we do have options. Okay, so we're just dicing these coconut into small pieces, and then we're going to slip that into the blender so we can get some nice coconut milk, all natural. So let's slip this in here, and we're going to pour some water in. We'll slip it onto our blender. So guys, here is our coconut blended here. So as soon as I'm ready, I'm just gonna get it strained. Now we're gonna get started. I'm just gonna put a little butter into my frying pan, and we're gonna incorporate the curry. Curry should be a bit burnt before we actually start our process. So in the meantime, there's a little curry in the frying pan. We use a little butter also, and I'm gonna be using a little coconut oil. Coconut oil. We'll saute that into the pan. Coconut oil and a little butter, and we will leave that for a little while. And I must tell you guys, before you use your meats, what you're gonna do is wash it off thoroughly. There are choices, as I said. You can use vinegar and water, or you can use a little lime or lemon. It's your choice, but it's always good to wash your meat properly. Then you can go in and season your meat. Now this is the green onion, this is the tomato, we have Scotch bonnet pepper here, the bad guy, red onions, thyme, garlic, yellow pepper, red pepper, and I'm gonna be using a little Celtic salt, all purpose. You just want to put enough. Bear in mind that this season is also salty. Here's some garlic and the red onions. Now there's green onions. We've got thyme. And remember, we're making coconut curried pork hock. Always put enough season so it's full of flavor and tasty. Here's the Scotch bonnet pepper, the brown Scotch bonnet pepper. That's the bad guy, as I said. So just a little, and it all depends on the individual, how much spice you love. We're gonna rub that in. Try to go in with the season so it's fully flavored. Don't just rub on top, but try to go in with that season. So as I said, it's fully flavored. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pan fry before we slip it in the oven. Now we already have our burnt curry here with a little butter and a little coconut oil. Don't worry about the color, because when it's done, you will see what I'm talking about. It's gonna be nicely colored with the curry. Now our coconut milk is blended. This is the balance of our season. What you're gonna do, you're gonna pour the coconut milk on your season. Let's squeeze. Get as much juice as possible. And we've got more than enough coconut milk from that one coconut. One coconut, and it's 2 pork hock. Mix that milk in with the season. Now we're gonna yellow pepper, red pepper all together, because we're gonna be slipping this in the oven. Now look at this, guys. See? Look at the color. This is what I'm talking about. It's a bit charred, but that's what we want because we need that flavor. Here we go. Now, we're just going to slip this into a frying pan. Okay guys, you're going to saute this a bit. This is our tin. Flip this into the tin like that, like that. And these two nice babies is gonna slowly bake in the oven. So it's gonna be nice and tender when it's done. Seasoned to the bone. So we're gonna pour this in here, like that. And it's gonna slowly cook until it's nice and tender. We're gonna slip this in the oven on 350. The pork hock or ham hock were designated pieces of meat given to slaves and peasants in the earlier years. With how well the slaves learned to cook these less desirable pieces, it was evolved into becoming a special cuisine used now in various countries like Germany, Canada, Australia, Poland, Jamaica, and many others. Now, here is our secret ingredient, the avocado, or as Jamaicans call it, pear. It gives a nice flavor to our pork hock and breadfruit. And once we have plated it, wow, here is our favorite curried coconut pork hock. I hope you enjoy our cooking process and comment if you learned something new. See you next time for another flavorful recipe.